There is one situation where Oracle can still use an index if the first column in the index is not present in your SQL statement. If the first column in the index has low cardinality, meaning that there are relatively few distinct values, Oracle can perform what is known as an index skip scan operation. The key to this is the number of distinct values in the first column of the index. If there are a few dozen or less distinct values, then there is a stronger chance that Oracle will be able to perform a skip scan operation. For columns that have larger number of distinct values, then a skip scan operation won't make sense. So what does Oracle do when it performs a skip scan operation? What is actually happening is that Oracle gets all the distinct values of the first column of the index, and then combines these with the values provided as access predicates in your SQL statement. So in this table that we see here, it is the last name and first name values that were provided in our SQL statement, and those have the blue background. The values with the red background are those that are the distinct values of the enrollment term column that Oracle has determined, and as you can see, the unique values from the first column and the values we provided in our SQL statement have been combined together to form 5 distinct sets. Then, for each distinct set, Oracle will traverse through the index and search for matching results. So in this case, we have 5 combinations, so we're going to traverse the index 5 different times. When all of this is done, Oracle will aggregate together all of the results it found and pass those results off to the next operation. So what's really happening here is that Oracle's taking advantage of the fact that the first column has just a few unique values, and it's just probing the index for each unique value in the first column, looking for results that match the rest of our access predicates. The advantage to this is that in some situations where an index would have been disregarded by Oracle, now there is a chance to use an index operation. And it also means that you may be able to reduce the total number of indexes you need in your database. If it is only an infrequent case where the first column is not included, then it can make sense to not create a separate index for these scenarios, but just let Oracle use a skip scan operation instead. The disadvantage to skip scan operations is that they are more expensive than a typical index operation. This is driven by the fact that we're traversing the index multiple times, so this is, by its very nature, slower. And secondly, there's only a narrow subset of conditions that a skip scan operation can be performed, namely when the first column has few unique values. I'm not going to go into skip scan operations in too much more detail in this course, as they are somewhat infrequent. You should know, though, that they do exist and under what circumstances they may occur. One last point I'll make, though, is that if you have an index that's being accessed frequently by skip scan operations, then you may want to consider a different index that doesn't contain the first column, as this will probably help improve performance of the SQL statement that are using the index skip scan operation.